Ladies and gents, if there was an award for Tone Deaf Post of the Year, it would be getting given out today. The Foreign Commonwealth Office is more tone deaf than pissed David Lammy trying to sing the English national anthem, which, let's be honest, he doesn't know, because he's from Timbuktu. They just posted this in Chad on the border with Sudan, two places that blokes from Leeds are mega concerned about. The Foreign Secretary heard horrific stories from women who have fled brutal attacks. The UK will not look away. The world must come together to protect women and girls and drive urgent momentum towards peace. Yeah. So it's exactly what I've said from the get-go. British politicians are like, basically, if Keir Starmer was the CEO of Burger King and his R&D department said, oh, this burger's going to be a smash hit, he'd say, no, we can't sell that. It might be bad for KFC. That's exactly how our leaders respond to world events. Apparently, they will not look away if girls are getting diddled in Chad. Not as interested in girls getting diddled in Newcastle, though, are they? Right, this is completely tone deaf. It's offensively tone deaf. After what's gone on in the last few years, in fact, not the last few weeks, these revelations about kiddie fiddlers just being left to do as they please, while the British government and the coppers and the judges and the lawyers all ignored it because they thought it'd be bad for them electorally, because the people who were doing it all are the same people who marry the cousins and shit. They turned a blind eye because they thought it'd hurt them in elections, and they let them torture children. That's what happened in the UK. But all of a sudden, we're supposed to be worrying about Chad. Out of morbid curiosity, let's just watch this bollocks video they've posted, and then I'll throw you some statistics up, which is when women and girls were getting rogered more than a copper's radio above greasy kebab shops in England. Anyway, let's have a look. I'm sorry for laughing. I don't want it to look like I'm callous, right? But look at Yvette Cooper's face there. Look at him. Could you be any more disinterested? I got a train up north once from King's Cross, and I was sat at a table with like a really old woman. She's about 80. And when she got out a holiday snap, she actually did it. She took out holiday snaps and started showing them to me. And that is the face I made when she was explaining to me, ooh, and this is Doris on the beach in South Shields. I was like, really? You really think I want to see this, do you? That's unbelievable. I'd have a more interested look on my face if Diane Abbott was trying badly to read me a shopping list. That's unbelievable. So anyway, the point is, Yvette Cooper's flying around the world, trying and pretending and failing to look interested in the plight of people in Chad and Sudan. Nobody in England could find Chad on a map. Well, some people could, but it's human nature to worry about your nearest and dearest first. You worry about your family, then you worry about your friends, then you worry about your neighbours, and then if everything's going well, fine and dandy, then you might worry about your town or your region, and then your country, and then maybe your neighbours. Then I might well worry about the Welsh and the Scottish, and then maybe I'll even worry about the continent. I might be concerned about what the Scandies are up to, and then. This is human nature. It's the tribal affinity that we all have. You care more about your own children than a perfect stranger's children, and you definitely care more about your children than the children of not just perfect strangers. These aren't like the blokes 2 streets away. These are the children of geezers on another continent who, lest we forget, some of the blokes from said continent, he was Sudanese, wasn't he? Deng Majek, wasn't he from Sudan? So they're telling us to worry about the girls in Sudan while they fly Sudanese blokes over to England to kill women and children. And then when you get upset about it, they go, whoa, it's all a conspiracy theory. Why don't you worry about what's happening in Sudan? No, I'll tell you what. Why don't I give you so many lefts, Foreign Secretary? You beg me for a right. Why don't I do that? Why don't I kick your front door off its hinges and demand why you seem to care more about faceless strangers 5,000 miles away than you do the people that we pay you to protect, British citizens? Why don't we do that? Yeah, sounds like a plan. And to prove it's not hyperbole, here's a great map I found on GB News. I pay for GB News because, I want to support, I was going to say right-wing media, normal, centrist media. It's not right to call GB News right-wing, is it? They've got Benjamin Butterworth on there every time I turn the bloody channel on. And if you think he's right-wing, you've not seen him lubed up and getting daisy-chained around the local gay discotheque. Okay, it's not a right-wing channel. It's a normal channel. But the commies won, so they've managed to convince everyone for the last 30 years that if you hold the same opinions that Bill Clinton did in the 1990s, you're in the Gestapo. This is where we're at. You see speeches from Clinton back in the 90s, and he says things worse than any conservative will utter now. So I'm not buying that bollocks. It's not a right-wing news channel. It's a centre-left channel from the 1990s, all right, when the world was still sane. Anyway, let's have a look at this map. The 50 towns and cities in Britain rocked by abuse. Is your area included? Probably. You're near one, aren't you? You're near one if you live in England, because they were all in on it. Coppers, judges, lawyers, the lot. Starmer himself. There's Sheep Teeth Phillips just about to lie about it. I'm not even going to play that. I'm sick of watching Sheep Teeth tell me lies. And this comes after Safeguarding Minister Jess Phillips rejected calls for the government to lead an inquiry. How can you have a Safeguarding Minister reject an inquiry into child gangs in Oldham? How? Safeguarding Minister? That's even worse than the Belgian Health Secretary. Do you remember the Belgian Health Secretary who was about 40 stone? Yeah, that's even worse than that. That's how much of a joke the UK is. We're even less of a sensible country than Belgium. Belgium isn't a country. They can't even decide what language they want to speak, let alone who runs the place. An exclusive investigation identified 50 towns and cities where exploitation gangs operated, revealing the scale of the abuse is far greater than all the official reports have suggested. We know this. The government covered up for them. Jess Phillips covered up for them. Starmer covered up for them. The Tories covered up for them. We know this for a fact. Sheep Teeth said she acknowledged the strength of feeling for an inquiry, but there's no point. There's no point because it might hurt Labour's chances in the elections because we all know the Puma trackies vote for, don't we? Las Vegas, Carlisle, Newcastle, Gateshead, Middlesbrough. Obviously, that's the beating heart of it, I'm sure. Have you ever been for a walk around Middlesbrough? Basically, it's a cross between the Market Bazaar gunfight off Black Hawk Down and one of those trains in India where there's about 40,000 people clinging onto two carriages. Look at the state of that. Rotherham, Huddersfield, Bradford. There's so many on there, you can't read half of them. The little tiny font is obscuring some of the other ones behind them. Anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. Endemic kiddie fiddling. And the British government did nothing about it ever. They covered it up. They lied about it. They're still covering it up. They're still lying about it. And it's still happening. Keir Starmer, don't forget, this one's off Sky News, another lefty publication. Keir Starmer was head of the Crown Prosecution Service for 5 years when grooming gangs were being investigated. Whoops-a-daisy, head of the CPS for 5 years. So the Prime Minister himself's in on it as well. So there you go. To sum up, the people running the British government are completely deranged, tone-deaf, and evil. Really, evil. Jess Phillips, Starmer, Mandelson, a lot of them, they're either at it themselves or they're actively promoting kiddie fiddling. That's how bad it is in the UK. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to press my button, and I said his name about 4 times, so you can have this. Ha! Gay! 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 There you go, we're done here. This is unbelievable. I can't believe they would put that out there today of all days after Mandy's just been proven to be a diddler. It's unbelievable. Starmer's got to quit. Everybody knows it. He should have had to quit 12 months ago. He should have never been allowed to running the CPS for 5 years when 250,000 English children got rogered and they helped make it happen. He should never have been allowed to be the Prime Minister in the first place. He should resign and then he should get 25 years breaking rocks, shackled to Mr. Mandelson. Or we just, make the people happy and give them what they want and bring back the electric chair. And we can stick a lot of them on there. Maybe give them 1 volt for every kid that got diddled on their watch. So what, 300,000 volts straight through the Prime Minister's plums? That'd do me. That'd make my week. Anyway, that's just what I think. If you think this is perfectly reasonable behaviour, that's definitely not a tone-deaf tweet. And if you were behind the chair, you'd have been thick enough to send the exact same thing. Please let me know in the comments, because we'll all have a laugh reading the absolute shite that you were thick enough to type out in the comments. All right, thanks for tuning in. See you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.